Hey, you're going behind the mic. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Studio J. We're talking about the Western Conference playoff race for the final playoff spots. And it's a very intriguing scenario we have here with under 2 weeks to play in the regular season. The reigning champion Dallas Mavericks aren't a lock for the playoffs. Phoenix has continued to battle and right now, as we speak, holds down the number 8 spot, dropping Houston out of the picture. Utah is still a factor. How do you see that shaking out, Shaq?
Well, I'm going to go on the record and say Phoenix will get in. You know, they said to themselves, you know what, we don't want to trade the great Steve Nash. They have a lot of pride. He has a lot of pride. I'm going to say they're going to get in. Dallas needs to be very careful, and 5 through 8 will probably stay the same.
How about, so Houston and Utah, you do not see them cracking the top 8. Houston finally falling into the number 9 spot. Now, Charles, the other night, we had Monica on the show.
Yes.
Remember? And she's married to Shannon Brown, who plays for the Phoenix Suns. And you said, well, your season's about to be over real soon. And now Shannon Brown and the Suns might be in the playoffs.
Well, worst case scenario, they have to postpone their vacation a week when they get swept out by San Antonio or Oklahoma City. But the Suns aren't going to make the playoffs. If you look at their schedule,
most of them are home, but it's against good teams.
That's why I just said it, Ernie.
But most of them are at home.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You know, the Suns are not going to make the playoffs.
Then who does out of that bunch? Would you like to see the bunch again?
You know what? I'm going to go with
I don't like sitting in the middle of you two arguing all the time.
We're not arguing. We're just discussing.
We're discussing.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I actually think.
Shut up, Shaq.
Yeah, that's right.
I will, Ernie.
I actually think, you know what, Ernie? I'm going to go out on a limb here and take Kevin McHale and the Houston Rockets.
So they've dropped out, but they're going to get back in.
Well, I mean, when you say dropped out, they technically
lost 4 games in a row. And
I know that, but they actually got the same record as the Phoenix Suns.
I know.
And they actually only really 1 game behind the Dallas Mavericks. The thing that's just shocking to me, I got to say, is proud of the Dallas Mavericks. For that team to be really 1 game of being out of the playoffs, that's got to be shocking. I mean, you're talking about the defending NBA champions, or if they lose 3 games in a row, would not make the playoffs. And you know what I would be curious?
What would make you curious?
When was the last time a defending champion didn't make the playoffs?
I think it's
underdog!
I think it's only happened a couple of times.
Make yourself useful up there.
And you know what? You know what? If they don't make the playoffs, then their championship, everybody will be calling their championship a fluke.
Well, as a guy who never won a championship, I'll take a fluke one.
So
that's right. You don't have any.
Listen to this. Dallas, home against the Rockets. Dallas, home against Golden State.
They 2-0.
At Chicago.
That's a loss.
At Atlanta.
That's a loss.
You know what?
That's a loss.
You know this, Ernie, you know the craziest thing about this year with this? Like, normally this time of year, a team is like, well, we're not going to kill ourselves. These last games of the regular season might be whether some of these teams make the playoffs or not. That's what's going to be awesome. Think about that. Now, that game probably going to be important for the Atlanta Hawks.
It could be. It all comes down to whether those games are meaningful, whether
they're going to be meaningful.
They may be locked in by that time.
Well, if you look at it
last
right
game of the year, they might be locked into a spot.
No, but seriously, this is why it probably won't be, because if you look at these standings, Boston, Atlanta, and Orlando all got the same number of losses.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So that's going to be locked up with going into that last game more than likely.
And now he's playing Nostradamus, huh? Now he's looking down there.
Shaq That was one of his nicknames?
Bulls are one of the teams. Bulls, the last team after Jordan left, after Jordan was done.
Oh, that's a caveat.
Yeah. Celtics in 70 after Russell was going.
That's another caveat.
So there you go. I like that.
I never thought Michael Jordan was going to make it. I thought he was a flash in the pan.
Hey, tough guy, spell caveat.
Caveat, is that right?
I don't know.
It's going to be very close.
You don't know? How the hell you going to ask me to spell something you don't know it?
Because I want to learn.
Okay.